He'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
As much as you try to tell yourself, Mike, that this is just another game, the reality is it just isn't. It doesn't matter if it's your first Super Bowl or your 10th. This is the game you've dreamt about playing in from the first time you put on pads all the way back in Pop Warner. You're bound to get emotional in some capacity, but you have to get...
He works free, right side. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. And that is incomplete. Aggressive play here. Score on that opening drive. But they don't get to 2, and it remains 6-0. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback, it's Jalen Hurts.
He admitted to us the other day, Mike, that he's started to feel a little anxious as game day approached, and I think that's normal. Winning the NFC, that's one thing. But this is the type of stage...
Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. It's pulled in by the Chiefs. And he's going to score. Do you believe this start? Opening minute of the game. Fumble recovery and a touchdown. Oh, man, what a start for this team. 2 drives, 2 scores, and it's both their scores. First one by the offense, and Greg, now the defense gets one on the board.
Yeah, and this is just a dream scenario, Mike. I mean, you talk so often, guys, we've got to start the game and capture some momentum. We have to go out and impose our will on our opponent. In this case, both sides of the ball have clearly come to play. We get a special teams touchdown, Mike, and we can go for the trifecta.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts.
Taking off. You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. That's picked up by the Chiefs. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And you talk about the perfect first quarter. The offense has been doing their job. Now the defense joins the scoring party. Both sides of the ball contributing to the scoreboard.
Yeah, and this is what every coach dreams about, Mike. The opportunity to play complementary football. The offense comes out, they do their part. Now the defense is getting to the scoring mix. When both sides can complement one another and contribute and impact the game to this level, man, that is a recipe for success. Mike, there's not a lot of ways to break this play down other than saying you get the wide open target, you have the play you want, you're aggressive going for 2, you just got to catch the ball.
He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. Oh, Barkley has fumbled. It's pulled in by the Chiefs. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble. defensive score. And a deep hole gets even deeper. This has been one-sided right from the start, and this first half nightmare continues.
In a league, Mike, where we see so many close games and there's such parity, every now and then it just seems one team is just clearly dominant, clearly in control of the game, and so far in this first half, that's what's unfolding in front of us. We'll see if they can get back into it in the second half, but up until this point, this team is in complete control.
And he'll get successful two-point conversion. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. That's picked up by the Chiefs. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. Oh, there's nothing better than when the defense scores a touchdown, except when a big man on the defense finds his way to the end zone.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since that guy had a ball in his hand, Mike, probably since his earlier days as a young kid. But, boy, he looked comfortable. What a return. What a play for him to be able to pick up that loose ball and bring it all the way back. Man, nothing brings life to a sideline like a defensive lineman touchdown.
And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. Here's Gainwell to return. Now on the return, he has lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll send a tight end in motion. Hurts going to hold on to this one. Oh, a loose football. And the defense has it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. This is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the first down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he will get into the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Chiefs. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Gainwell to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st and 10. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Jaden Hicks on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Barkley. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Leo Chenal, the linebacker.
We're
going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Hurts now. And he finally is going to have to eat this one. He will go down. So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They've raced out to a big lead as they look for a potential early knockout. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's going to run it. Ooh. Whoa. You talk about flipping the field out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. A big play here in the big game. An even 40 yards.
The reality is, Mike, there's just not too many guys in the league who are capable of making that play. Once he gets past the line of scrimmage, he has all sorts of space to run. He's one of the faster quarterbacks around, and he's able to pick up big yardage before stepping out of bounds.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. Open man downfield. It is Hopkins. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle and caught by Kelsey. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. They've got it at the 8. First down and goal. To throw is Mahomes. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Now he will score. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. Decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for 2. Throwing is Mahomes. And he'll get into the end zone. Doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Britton Covey now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
On third down, here's Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
They'll run it here with Saquon. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now Hurts. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Too much leg there. That one's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. Now, Mahomes. He keeps it himself. Oh, yeah. Oh, a big play here in the big game. It covers 51 yards.
Yeah, this is one of those cases, Mike, that the defense is so consumed with locking down all the receivers that they lose track of the quarterback. And after realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball, he tucks the ball down and not only picks up the 1st down, he picks up a huge chunk play.
On 1st down, it's Mahomes. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Mahomes. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. That his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Covey now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10. To throw is Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
At the 30-yard line.
A run with Barkley. He fumbled the football. It's pulled in by the Chiefs.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
He'll run again. Whoa! To the end zone yet again. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, KC. So his big 1st half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Covey now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. They'll come up here 1st and 10. To throw, Hurts. This one, he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
First down. The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
A pistol snap back to Hurts. He finds Devontae Smith. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a first and 10. Throwing is Hurts. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Off the play fake, Hurts. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
3rd and long for Hurts. He'll try and get it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession. Here's Braden Mann now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. First down throw, Mahomes. Gonna fire. Deep ball for Rice. And flags come out. That's batted down. It's incomplete. But it looked like early contact. Let's check the call. First and 10 for Mahomes. That's going to be incomplete. They say no to the field goal, but that backfires. They're going to come away with nothing as this first half comes to an end. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Here's Gainwell to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And he's had all sorts of ball control problems in this one. Let's take you back through the moments. Nothing gets you in a coach's doghouse or next to the coach faster than fumbling the football. He's done it multiple times. Very big hole for his team to dig out of. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Man in motion is Smith. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And now for a 2nd time, he loses the football. And this is taken in by the defense. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
A first down throw for Mahomes. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Here's the Chiefs and Mahomes lining up to add on 2 more. He'll look to throw. And they will not let up. He is into the end zone for 2 more.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
I think I'm ready for kids. He said when they stop trying to come in the face. That makes sense. I'm going up against LA.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Covey now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now this team's offense ready for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up.
Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And it's recovered by one of his... Andy Reid wants another look at that, and Big Red has thrown the red challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. They'll run the counter with Barkley. The problems continuing. He coughed it up again. That's picked up by the Chiefs. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. Now he takes off. And the down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Throwing now, Mahomes. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Rashee Rice, touchdown Chiefs. That is 2nd touchdown of this. And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
You just have to find a way defensively to step up there and get a stop. It's one thing to give up 6. You allow a touchdown, but now dig deep, man. Get a stop. Looked like there was some confusion, and offense is going to come away with 8.
This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Now he'll carry that ball loosely, and it is out. It's pulled in by the Chiefs. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And they will score again. This time it's the defense. And, Greg, this just adds to what has been a one-sided affair from the start.
Yeah, and on a day where it just seems like nothing has gone their way, this fumble return for a touchdown kind of just adds injury to insult. There's days, Mike, where you just don't have your best and the other team has the upper hand, and I think it's pretty clear today is one of those days.
And this is caught. So an 8-point swing. What a turn here. The fumble return for touchdown, and they tack on 2 more for good measure. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Covey now on the return. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Play action here. Mahomes toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category, but the biggest...
And he'll take it on in. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, KC. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Here's the Chiefs and Mahomes lining up to add on 2 more. They'll run with Pacheco, and they continue to pour it on into the end zone, tack on 2 more points. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Gainwell to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Hurts working in the pistol. He'll take off again.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. He'll manage only a couple. Cook up